essentially, I want to see you pitch like your life depends on it. And I want to see like inspiring, excited pitches to prepare for the pitch event that is set for the 4th of April. Remember, pitching is all about attracting investors. You're not going to say everything. You're just going to sell to them the potential of what you're doing today. So we always say chase the vision, not the money. The money will end up following you. So it's very important for you to like share what is the big vision, what is the big thing you're tackling during that pitch, because you only have actually 4 minutes. And today I'm going to cut you short if you are going beyond 4 minutes. Essentially, what I want to see in your pitch, it's a very simple structure, the one that we've discussed a lot during the masterclass. You can start with a hook or with a story that will help us to relate to what you're doing. Then it's a basic approach towards the problem you're tackling, the solution you've brought to the problem, how does your solution work, what is the big market opportunity in terms of revenues, who else is in the market, even if they are not doing exactly what you're doing, who else basically provides a substitute to what you're doing, how do you make money, how much money you've made so far, who is in your team, and how much are you asking for. So this is essentially what I want to see. And I have seen that some of you have done quite a great job. So I want to pass it on to you. So it's easier. We always say show, don't tell. So Kamaldeep, I can see you can't pitch. It's a pity because your pitch is very good, but we can have another session where you are pitching. At least I would suggest, Anita, if you can unmute yourself, I will allow you for camera and you can, you can unmute yourself now and share your screen and take it away. I will start. I will have the clock just next to me.
Okay, hold on. I'm just looking for the share screen.
Oh, no problem. Take your time. It's just on the top right normally, just next to the big red button.
Right. Yes. Okay, hold on. I think that's it. Hold on. It's next to leave, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
But hold on. Let's see. Mm, yeah, for some reason mine is grayed out.
Yours is because it's not authorizing. Let me see. Tuk. Linda, can you check if you can allow people to actually share? Because I can't do it on my end since you're the organizer. Or what we could do is also to put you admin.
Oh, hold on.
Make presenter, yeah. So now are you able to?
Yeah, just a second. Sorry, I've now lost the pitch. Just 1 second. I just need to open it again. 1 second. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah, it's got the document now. Yes, I can now do it. Desktop. Okay, that's the one. Right, let me know if you can see it now.
Yes, perfect. We can see it. No, it's just gone. Oh. I think Anita clicked the wrong button. Those are the technical issues that happens all the time. It's no problem. Let me just text her. I could see that some of you were looking for the link. I think now we have everyone. In the meantime, as Anita is trying to join us again, Viola, are you ready with your pitch? I can see Coleman is here. Yes, I can see you. You're on mute, Viola. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah, sure. For the unmute. Okay. Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. So I think I'm not ready at the moment.
Oh, hi, sorry. I'm back.
Okay, no problem, Anita.
Yeah, sorry, had a little power thing. Wi-Fi went off. Okay, so now I need to share again, but I'm not permitted.
Okay, so let me just make you a presenter again. Up, now you should be able to. Viola, if you're not feeling ready completely for your pitch, that's okay. Just make sure that you prepare it, because I know you have applied for the pitch session, so we'll need to like train together and be sure that you are ready for that big event. Anita, we can see your pitch, so you can be able to. I don't know if you can enlarge it so that it's slide by slide.
It's in a PDF, so I'll need to.
Okay, no worries. Like this is perfect. Like this is perfect.
Okay, in the interest of time, we can just roll with the PDF, and then I can send the PowerPoint later. But also, I haven't had a lot of time to think or prepare, so this is going to be cut down significantly, right? But anyway, let's just have a go. Tell me when you're ready to start.
I'm ready to start. You can go.
Okay. GreenStem Products is a social enterprise designed to tackle plastic pollution in the food system. Our mission is to become the leader in sustainable packaging globally. And we are going to do this in three main ways. We will create packaging that is tree-free, toxic chemical free, and plastic free. And we are already in the market and in the verge of scaling up. So the plastic pollution problem is enormous. 36% of all plastic produced globally is used in food packaging, of which only 10% or less in Kenya and globally is systematically collected, sorted, and recycled. The rest ends up in landfill and in oceans. And it is estimated that by 2050 there will be more plastic in the oceans than fish. Worth noting that the alternatives to plastic food packaging are paper-based packaging, which, if not sourced from an FSC certified forest, can result in deforestation. So paper-based solutions are not necessarily the solution, because you're replacing one problem with another, and then they are often lined with a plastic lining, which then, when it degrades, becomes a microplastic and ends up in the food system, again causing cancer, other health-related issues, and marine pollution. So therefore, GreenStem is tackling two problems: deforestation and plastic pollution. Legislation is also changing globally. So plastic bans are coming into effect, not just in Africa, but also in Europe and the US. And therefore, a lot of companies, horticulture companies, food service sectors, etc., will not have a choice but to change. So GreenStem is essentially the future of sustainable packaging. As I had mentioned, our solution is unique because we use agricultural byproduct or an invasive species such as mathenge or water hyacinth, or a renewable and a sustainable source such as bamboo. So those are our main raw material sources. We source local, we produce local, stimulating the local economy, creating green jobs for women, youth, and people who are differently abled. That's the social impact angle. And we manufacture locally and aim to export vast quantities in the future. Our products are made predominantly from sugarcane bagasse at the moment, but we have a very active research and development stream and will continue to innovate and ensure that we stay ahead of the game. There's a lot of greenwashing in the sector. As I had mentioned, paper-based alternatives are not really credible alternatives, and therefore what GreenStem is proposing is truly novel, the first of its kind in Africa, and has enormous potential to scale and set Kenya as the leader in sustainable packaging globally. We also have a circular economy approach when it comes to manufacturing. We use a clean, green, circular manufacturing process that involves the use of biomass for generating heat combined with solar for electricity. We will recycle all our water. We currently do, but we will when we scale up as well, because we use no bleach and no toxic chemicals. All edge trims will be repulped, and so no waste will leave the factory. We have enormous potential to reduce carbon emissions from raw material that would otherwise rot, such as sugarcane bagasse releasing methane. Our clean green circular process also contributes to carbon reduction. And ultimately, we will be eliminating a lot of plastic from the food system that would otherwise contribute to enormous greenhouse gas emissions.
Anita, it is 4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
How
much do you still have? So you have the market, then down, the ask.
I was just going to go to the ask.
Okay.
So we have a number of current clients, and we will be scaling up. And in terms of the ask, we've already raised $3 million in equity and debt. And the ask is to raise a balance $750,000 to close the deal. Yeah, that was it, really.
Great. Thank you so much, Anita. So almost on time. I think like this is a great pitch, even like the design side and so on. I would just I think that you can do more storytelling to it, especially if you come at the very beginning.
Yeah.
So if you come at the very beginning of the pitch, if you go back to the top slide.
It's also too long, Melanie. I need to cut it down significantly.
Yeah, a little bit, but mostly I think what you need to cut down is the text, because this one is perfect when you send the deck. But now when you present it, for example, this first slide, instead of having overview, mission, vision, you could have a photo, either a photo of your plant or a photo of like one of your clients using your product, and to say, do you like, and start with a hook like, do you know how much plastic do we use every year in Kenya alone? Then you can show maybe like what always is like, wow, is when you show the first slide or the hook as a way to kind of like show how big is the problem. So like can show it's the equivalent of, I don't know, 8 football fields, 8 football fields of plastic or something like that. We are there is a big problem of plastic now. The plastic problem, you've said very well, and then our solution is, then you show the solution. Everything else flows. I think you can just do a bit more storytelling at the beginning, and then the rest will flow quite fast, quite nicely.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good.
Awesome. But really, thank you so much for sharing. I think it's great, also like great inspiration for everyone. So thank you so much. And once you add that part, I think we can just discuss on our one-on-one, and you'll be ready for the 4th of April.
Sounds good, Melanie. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. So for everyone who has joined us a bit later, essentially like what we're doing today is a pitch training. So what we want to see is if you can be able to pitch in front of the jury when we organize it in front of APSA and other investors. So we will be inviting like all the type of financiers beyond the banks, so that you can have the opportunity to be in the same room as private equity investors, VC investors, so venture capital and so on. So now is your opportunity. If you want to train and pitch, you will have four minutes on the day. So That's why we're trying to make it as quick as possible, and then and to create kind of a story around it. John, I saw you had your camera on. Do you want to try and pitch? You can unmute yourself if you want.
Okay, let me try and do that. Let me sign in on the computer. It is a bit hard to do it on the phone.
So as you're doing that, I can try to show also. I will try to show you what I want to see. And I will show you from a pitch that I am redoing for Mélanie Capital, so that you have an idea of what I mean by storytelling and so on. So of course, for us, we're a tech company, so you'll feel a bit like it's a lot of tech. But then for those who don't necessarily have a tech company, it's totally okay. John, like Anita showed how she's doing hers. It's a very well, she's still focusing on like problem, solution, market, etc. So it's always the same structure. And John, we did have this meeting on pitch last time. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how you've managed to implement the changes. So let me share my screen. Linda, can everyone see my screen?
Yes, it's I can see it from here. So I hope everyone can see.
So yeah, I hope also everyone can see. So this one, I'll first explain why I chose every slide, and then I will do it once and for all. So this first slide, what I want to see is always like kind of like the vision of where you want to go, or like an idea of the vision of your business essentially, and a title that kind of like summarizes what you want to achieve, or what summarizes your business in one line. So for us, we want to create a financial marketplace that supports people, planet, and profit in Africa. That means basically creating sustainability in the financial sector that is more inclusive and that also focuses on the environment. Now, when we look into the hook, for us, we are looking at big numbers. So a hook can be either you are telling a story, like this is Vambui, Vambui is a farmer and she needs financing, for example, or you can go into big numbers. A lot of American investors in particular really like big numbers because they feel like there's a huge opportunity. So for us, since we are targeting a lot of American and Japanese investors, we focus on the big numbers. So we say there's 80 million businesses. Those businesses need around 350 billion. And in the market, there's actually more than almost $1 trillion that is available with the willingness to invest in Africa. But the problem is that it's challenging to access information. There is no good data infrastructure. There is no historical information. It's tough to get from businesses. You have filled up your profiles. You know how difficult it is to like upload everything. And finally, there is no transparency regarding the use of funds. So the investors don't know. The investors don't really know how they're going to how you're going to spend that money and how they're making sure they get their money back. So this, after that, what I do is also I put a co-founder slide. This is not a must in the sense that you don't always have to have it. Us, because Ian and I have a very strong story because we worked in that sector, we experienced this problem firsthand. I always put it after the problem because investors love hearing that you have actually experienced that problem. So after I explain the problem of lack of information, what I say is that is why we started, because we experienced it. I worked in big banks, in impact investment funds, and I saw what was missing. We had money, we were struggling to give it to businesses. And that's now leading to almost 50 million businesses that don't get access to finance, while the capital is still available. So we're building a platform that helps those capital providers to get business data on businesses, and basically with this vision of building the new financial system for Africa. So here, let me just explain a bit. So now this one, it's a vision. It's more of a like vision slide. So that's why I have a lot of videos there, and I have a lot of big numbers because it inspires investors. This slide is the value proposition. So for Anita, for example, that's the slide where she shows the different packaging. If it's for Nelly, for example, the founder of Kotiam and Bayra, this is where she will show the different like products that she has, the upscaling line, the upcycling line, the line that is done by women with like very like environmental dye, and so on and so forth. So you'll have this part where you say, what is your value proposition? And here, this is where you detail how it works a little bit better. So I have 2 slides for how it works because I'm very fast when I pitch. I will not spend a lot of time on this slide. I'll spend more time on this slide to explain that for us, we verify each business, we verify their shareholding, we verify their IDs and so on, so that investors and banks feel that they know who they're supporting, or there's a verification that has been done. We look at the credit reports, and we can give carbon data. That's the next products we do. And then when I do the how it works, I show a scheme. So now that is what Anita had when she showed how is the production process being made. And that's an important slide because if investors don't understand how you are doing it, they're going to struggle then to be able to give you the money. So here explains people set up an account, then we ask them for a credit report, we get the share certificate, and then later we ask for the carbon emissions. And as we're on blockchain, so now this is where we explain the difference between not blockchain and blockchain, but that's a detail. And then you can have as many slides as you want that explain how you're doing it. And then that's normally where you go for competition. I think that was one of the slides that was missing for you, Anita, just to say, okay, it doesn't need to have logos of your competitors, but like if people are not going to your platform, where are they going? If they're not buying, for example, if it's for Linetta, who is selling food, if someone is not buying her food, where are they going? Are they going to Java? Are they going to, even are they going home? So you're putting here the different competition, and then what you have differently, right? What are you doing from the competition that is different, so that at the end of the column, we can see you have everything green, but the rest doesn't have everything green. Then here, again, that is a draft, so it's not completely finished. We explain how we make money. So what are pricing? Do we charge banks? Do we charge entrepreneurs? Do we charge investors? So that's now where we are putting the price. Then we're showing the market. So how many impact investors is in the market that will want our product? And then the traction, how many clients we already have, how much are they paying, how much are they growing. The more you can show here in terms of unit economics, of course, the better. And then we're showing the team, so just the executive team, and here it's for a tech pitch deck, so mostly the tech team, that's where we put it. And then we explain how much we want to raise, and how you're going to, this graph is really to show, for example, we can use 20% in marketing, 10% in recruitment, 10% in tech, etc., etc. And at the end, I always like to put a video that kind of has music and shows like the big vision that we want for Africa or for our markets, thanks to the platform. And I talk on it, and then that's how we finish. So like this one, I was not, next time I promise you, I will do my pitch from A to Z, but I don't want to completely guide you too much. I think this is important that you try, and that you see how you want to yourself, how you want to do it. I can see that Linetta is raising her hand. So Linetta, please feel free to talk. I've made you presenter, so you can be able to unmute yourself and to share whether you have a question, a comment, or even if you want to pitch yourself. Linetta, I can see you are unmuted, but I can't hear you. Okay, I don't think Lunetta can talk. Then I think we had a couple of questions. I can see Kevin is here. So I think John and then Kevin, if you want to pitch and if you have your pitch, would be a great time for you to get there. John, are you ready with your pitch? I can see John has dropped off actually. So Kevin, are you ready with your pitch? Do you want to show a bit where you are at with your pitch to the rest of the class and train?
Yeah, thank you, Mélanie. Yes, I think I can do that. Just give me a moment so that I can be able to share my screen.
Super. No problem. I've made you presenter, so you'll be able to unmute yourself. You'll be able to share your screen normally. So this should be perfect. For everyone else, I just want to do a last reminder. So we're trying to train before the 4th of April, which is an investor pitch where we will invite investors, we'll invite other lenders beyond banks, so like investors that give loans. We'll have also grant donors, and we'll have, of course, APSA and the African Guarantee Fund and some representative of the African Development Bank. So we hope that you'll be ready to not only showcase your business, but also we have an exhibition area where you can have your own posters, and you can basically sell also to the attendees that will be there. We're expecting 100 people and more than 50 investors for that one. So yeah, we're looking forward to having you for that event. And of course, I can only allow people to pitch, those who actually have trained during those sessions, and where we have been able to discuss how the whole presentation will be, and to train also for the time. Kevin, we can see your pitch. This is perfect. So we can get started whenever you are ready. You're still on mute, Kevin. Linda, is it me or I can't hear Kevin?
No, I can't hear him as well.
Okay.
And he's just dropped out. I think he was probably having some technical issues.
Okay.
But he joins back.
All right. We'll wait for him to come back. I think who else?
Up next.
Who else feels like they want to start pitching? You can put your hands up or also share in the chat so that we can give you the opportunity to pitch. Can see I have a lot of names that I know, so if I start speaking, it's gonna be a lot of. I think Damian, Damian, you have a very good pitch. Let me make you presenter. I think you should actually grant us with your pitch, if you can. Damian, yes.
Hi.
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I'm sorry I'm putting you on the spot, but I think everyone would really benefit from also hearing your pitch. Are you able to share?
Oh, actually, I'm on the road. I'm using my phone.
Ah, so you don't have it on you?
Yes. So kindly, probably let somebody else speak. I'm almost there. Then I'll share.
Sawa. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
I can see Hilary would have wished to pitch as well. So let's see. Kevin, are you ready? Are you able to share and unmute this time?
Yeah. Sorry about that. My
No
internet
worries.
is a bit sketchy.
No
Yeah,
problem.
let me try and share right now. Okay.
As Kevin shares, Hilary, I can see your text. We will still have other workshops, so I think you can join in the next one, and you can pitch on the next one. He says he's having some technical issues.
I see, no problem.
Yeah.
Thanks, Linda. Kevin, we can see, so whenever you're ready, we can start.
Okay, thank you, Mélanie. My name is Kevin. I'm the CEO of Neruva, where we are focusing on bringing food production to the urban markets of Africa. So today, I'd like to introduce to you our flagship product called the Nora Farm Machine. Here it is. Okay, the Nora Farm Machine makes anyone with no farming experience to become an expert farmer. What we are doing, we are leveraging a technology called aquaponics to grow 3,000 crops and 500 fish in a year. With Nora, we are solving the #1 problem in farming. Just imagine that 90% of households in urban areas in Kenya cannot be able to do farming. And as we know, in urban areas, land for farming is usually very limited. Rain-fed agriculture is very unpredictable, and irrigation is very expensive. So with Nora, we are telling our customers that they'll never get harvest losses again. This is because Nora makes farming insanely easy because it's portable, efficient, and practical. The reason why it's portable is that it uses 90% less land. It's efficient because it produces 2 times the food, and it's practical because it uses 95% less water than the normal farms. Inside the hardware, we have environmental sensors to ensure that the growing conditions of the fish and the crops are just right. We have machine learning cameras to detect diseases on leaves. We also have automation systems that help us to run different pumps and filters. Each Nora is fitted with 2 solar panels that generates 2.4 kilowatts of green energy per day. The reason why Nora is portable is because it's 10 feet long, and it also has a water capacity of around 3,000 liters. Inside each Nora, it's fitted with an automatic fish feeding machine, a complete solar kit, a grow-out trays for growing 3,000 crops, and an IoT system that helps us to collect data. Sorry about that. Hello?
No worries, we understand. We
Can-
can hear now.
Okay, so maybe if I can continue from where I left.
Yes.
In terms of our business model, we are selling each Nora at $4,500, and in the future, we are planning to introduce a $15 per month subscription fee to our customers for real-time support. Let me not go to the traction page because it's still under construction. Okay, we have a talented team that is executing this. I myself, I also focus on product design and software engineering. I was fortunate enough to work with Unilever. We have Philip Langat, who is the lead in sales and regulation. He has over 38 years of experience working with the Ministry of Agriculture, and he's a former Assistant Director of Agriculture in Kenya. We also have Raphael Wagner, who is the lead in hardware engineering. He has
It's okay. As he's coming back, at least I think for everyone, you see a bit what is expected. Kevin, his deck is very good. It's very well designed. The only thing he can add is a bit of storytelling at the very beginning to kind of show like, okay, there is that many farms, for example. Like there are two ways to add the hook. He can start by saying like, look at Nairobi 50 years ago, and you can see there's Nairobi with like a lot of land available. Look at Nairobi today. Nairobi today has a lot of skyscrapers. There's no places for farming. So now he can explain that the problem is now that most of urban households cannot farm within the city, and that creates a shortage of access to food, and they cannot farm because of issue with rains, issue with space, and so on. And now his solution, this portable urban farming system, is coming to solve that problem. And then he explains the solutions and how it works. He explains the market and so on. I think Kevin also there's a slide missing a bit on the markets, but it's okay. We can work on this together.